Information that was reached through this project is it answered, how did this come about? And how did this scenario even begin in the first place? How was it allowed? You think of if, say there are forces that are beyond the planet that have the ability to affect what's going on here. How could they have let this happen? How unjust is the universe, or is it all just unjust? And the information was in the remote viewing data that hinted at and described what actually occurred that allowed this to manifest. What is described is that historically in the past, is that the planet was viewed with extreme envy by an external force, and that there existed a time here where reincarnation did not exist, where there was life here, but when these individuals or when life forms died here, they weren't trapped here. They were able to leave. But the planet itself was viewed with a significant amount of envy by this outside force. And what occurred, we simply describe as a massive war. There were massive explosions. There was a huge force that was met with resistance in this particular place in the universe, and the fate of a planet was decided. Ideas of destiny, of massive war that occurred place, battle scars on the surface of the earth, things like that. But ultimately, it came to a conclusion. The period of time, or the expanse of time, we're really uncertain of as far as what the remote viewing data is saying. But ultimately, at the end, an armistice resolution was reached. And then there was an agreement made that both opposing sides, for a period of time at least, that there would be a truce. However, those that wanted to protect this planet, to prevent the group that looked at this place with envy, lost. They were unable to prevent the outside force, and there was a sense of something was given up. And what was given up was, part of what was given up in this massive war was Earth. And so this is why we think that it was a much larger conflict that just had to do with this even solar system. And there was a treaty that was signed, and it was like, okay, well, we'll give you this, but you can't touch any of this other stuff over here. And there's an agreement. Part of that agreement, part of that signage, if you will, on that treaty was they signed over their protection or whatever it was, that their right to keep Earth the way it had been previously to the way we know it now. They signed it over to, okay, you can take Earth, to this outside party that looked upon it with envy. But ultimately, the reason it came about was conquest. Is that there was conquest by an external third party that came in through domination, brought about what exists here today.